It's been a month since Huawei brought the P20 series here in the country. You have seen a review of the alpha male in the series, the P20 Pro, and now we're putting the baby in the pack to the test. The P20 Lite, or also known as the Huawei Nova 3E in China. Hey there guys, this is Kim with YugaTech, and here's a review of the Huawei P20 Lite. The P20 Lite, despite being a mid-range offering, still sports the design language that is found in its more powerful siblings, the P20 and the P20 Pro. The front is dominated by a 5.84-inch screen with a notch design, so you're getting more screen and less bezel, especially at the top and bottom. The notch at the top houses the receiver, 16-megapixel front camera, light and proximity sensors, and the LED notifications light. Below the display at its chin is the Huawei branding. Placed on the left side is the hybrid card tray for nano-sized SIM cards with a micro SD card slot located in the SIM2 slot. This is a bit of a downer considering that some of its competitors have dedicated micro SD card slots. On the right are the lock button and volume rockers. These are made of plastic but clicky and doesn't feel flimsy. Found up top is a secondary microphone, while down below are the 3.5mm audio port, USB Type-C port, main microphone, and loudspeaker. At the back are the protruding dual rear cameras, LED flash, and circle fingerprint scanner. In the hands, the P20 Lite is every bit premium thanks to the metal frame and glass front and back, which easily catches fingerprints and smudges, by the way. The edges of the glass curves at the edges for that seamless feel, while the metal frame has thin grooves for a better grip. This unit we have for review sports a midnight black color, but if you fancy something different, there's a Klein blue and Sakura pink as well. The dimensions are just right for people with small to average hands. It's narrow at 71.2mm, the thinnest in the series at 7.4mm, and the lightest at 145 grams. The P20 Lite sports a 5.84-inch LTPS IPS display with Full HD Plus with 2280 by 1080 resolution, or equal to 432 ppi. The phone has a 19:9 aspect ratio, which is different from the P20 and the P20 Pro's 18.7:9 aspect ratio. But don't worry, as it doesn't provide any disadvantage. The P20 Lite's screen is one of the nicest we've seen in its class and price range. It's sharp, colors are accurate yet punchy, has good viewing angles, and vibrant enough for outdoor use. Inside settings, you have the option to switch color modes to default, warm, and cold. Plus, you can change the screen's resolution from HD Plus to FHD Plus. If you're not a fan of the notch, you can also hide it as well. When it comes to audio, the down-firing speaker is loud and crisp, but doesn't have bass. This is fine for casual listening to Spotify, watching videos in YouTube, hands-free voice calls, or listening to Waze when navigating. It's still better to use earphones or Bluetooth speaker if you want a better listening experience. The P20 Lite is equipped with dual rear cameras consisting of a 16-megapixel main shooter and a 2-megapixel secondary to aid in bokeh effects, which is the same configuration found in the Nova 2i. Unlike its P20 and P20 Pro siblings, it doesn't have a Leica branding. It comes loaded with plenty of camera features like Pro Mode, AR lens stickers, HDR, night shot, panorama, light painting, moving picture, time-lapse, and slow-mo, to name a few. There's the wide aperture mode, which simulates apertures of f0.95 to f16 but limits the resolution to 8 megapixels. Selfies, on the other hand, are handled by a 16-megapixel camera with fewer features like panorama, AR lens, time-lapse, filter, and watermark. It doesn't have the same camera-assisted wide aperture mode but has bokeh effect and portrait mode with beauty levels. Camera performance is good as autofocus is fast and captures the subjects quickly. Images produced have vibrant colors with sharp details and good dynamic range, especially in bright conditions. We also get decent results from the wide aperture effect even when the subject is close to the background. Selfies, on the other hand, have sharp details with nice and subtle beauty effects. When it comes to video, the P20 Lite maxes at 1080p resolution at 30 FPS with stereo audio. It is sharp with good dynamic range and decent colors, but doesn't have video stabilization, so it is prone to shakes. Running the P20 Lite software is EMUI 8.0, based on Android 8.0 Oreo. It uses a simple interface which uses multiple home screens to house applications, but you can also opt for the old style drawer from the settings. Like with most Androids, swiping down from the top will reveal the shortcut keys and notification store. When it comes to features, it has split screen, private space, which is like a secondary profile with its own home screen, app lock, file safe, which encrypts files, one-handed mode, motion and voice control, and simple mode. For the apps, it comes with your usual Google goodies and Huawei's app gallery, which is Huawei's own app store. Other apps are present as well, like Facebook, Instagram, Booking.com, Z Camera, Lazada, and some games like Asphalt Nitro, Dragon Mania, Disney Kingdoms, Puzzle Pets, and Spider-Man. These can be uninstalled, but we would have appreciated it if they were not included in the first place. The P20 Lite comes with 64GB of storage, with 50.56GB as usable. This is not bad and would still satisfy users with plenty of files to store. USB OTG is present, and as mentioned earlier, there's no dedicated microSD card slot, so you will need to sacrifice a secondary SIM slot if you want to expand the storage. Powering the P20 Lite is a high-silicon Kirin 659 octa-core processor, Mali T830 GPU, and 4GB RAM. If that configuration is familiar, that is because it's the same hardware that is found in last year's Huawei Nova 2i or Mate 10 Lite. We wouldn't be surprised since the P20 and P20 Pro use the chipset from last year's Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro. This can be an advantage as well, as the company can keep its cost down. So far, performance is smooth and can handle the task we threw at it. Apps launch fast, and switching between those apps is quick. The fingerprint scanner and face unlock feature are responsive and can unlock our devices almost instantaneously. The device can easily handle games like Mobile Legends and AOV. Tekken and PUBG are playable on medium graphics, but don't expect smooth gameplay, especially in intense scenes. When it comes to thermals, it tends to warm up on the top side near the camera, which is enough to make your palms sweaty. Check out the benchmarks. As per usual, the P20 Lite has all the basic connectivity starter stuff, such as 4G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. So far, mobile data is fast, calls are loud and clear, while GPS works as advertised with apps like Google Maps, Waze, and Grab. What we find weird on our unit is the presence of the NFC logo at the notifications, even though our unit doesn't have it. This could be just an isolated software bug, as other units we checked doesn't have it. The P20 Lite is equipped with a 3000 mAh battery, which is slower than the Nova 2i. So far, we're getting around 7 to 8 hours of light to moderate usage, consisting of heavy Facebook and Instagram browsing, some photography, and light gaming. PC Mark rated the battery at 8 hours and 29 minutes, while our video loop test yielded 10 hours and 30 minutes of playback, which is not bad. Charging, on the other hand, takes 2.5 hours. That's a bit long though. The Huawei P20 Lite is like the mix of the old and the new. It has the same Kirin 659 chipset, RAM and storage capacity as a Nova 2i, but with a new design and premium build. It has a good high-resolution display, which is perfect for watching movies and viewing photos. If you like taking photos, the dual rear cameras and selfie camera are up to the task. Performance-wise, it's decent and can handle basic tasks, but it's no heavy lifter when it comes to gaming. Lastly, the P20 Lite is also light in the pockets. For 15,990 pesos, it's more affordable than other mid-rangers that recently launched in the country. So if budget is tight, not a heavy user, but looking for something premium with a good camera, this is it. And there you have it, guys. What do you think of the P20 Lite so far? Leave a comment down below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more contents like this. Be sure to hit that like button and that bell icon to get notified of our latest uploads. Again, this is Kim, and see you in the next one. Bye!